Ike, I got to give you your kudos and give you your flowers. You predicted it yet again, Psychic Ike Taylor. Diontae Johnson signing a contract extension with the Steelers. He'll be in a Steelers uniform through the 2024 season, meaning he'll become a free agent again in 2025. You predicted this, Ike. You said it was going to happen, and I read stuff online saying, the Steelers are miles apart between where they're at and Diontae, but they figure out a deal. I got to give credit where credit is due. Ike, you called it.
I was kind of the cheat code with that one. And what I mean by that is the first day I met Diontae in person, I was going to say what's up to Coach T at his office at camp. And him and Diontae was talking. I said, what's up? But you can see on Diontae's face, he was serious. He was upset, I don't know if the talks was all the way apart, but a lot of that was true. And, the next day I saw him, I was talking to him on the field doing warm-ups. We had a smooth little talk. I was telling him a lot of things on the business side from Pittsburgh and just the NFL period. I said, look, Tate, they're going to tell you everything you're not doing. Believe me, I know, because I've been through 3 of these, and that's just what it is from the business perspective. They're not going to say anything you've done. They don't care about the numbers. They don't care about the touchdowns. In the offseason, man, this is how these people think. And I'm just saying general managers, contract guys, just in general. So it's going to piss you off. You're going to be mad as heck. But the more I kept talking to him, and we exchanged numbers, the more he was kind of leaning on my, observation, and he wanted some answers. And I told Tate, this is what I told Tate before he signed. I said, man, you can't count somebody else's pocket. I said, man, what else they got going on outside of Pittsburgh? Maybe it's not for you, because he was huge on the market. I said, man, look, man, hell with the market. I said a lot of contract situations, kind of miscue the market, meaning, guys who you probably are better than will get paid more than you because that was a perfect time and that was the situation, and we're talking about the wide receiver coming from the Arizona Cardinals to the Jacksonville Jaguars. What's the young man name?
I Bleav Christian Kirk, Ike.
Yeah, Christian Kirk kind of offset the market, so there's only been a few receivers last year who put up better numbers than Diontae. And I told Diontae, man, whatever you're looking for, you're going to be in that top 5, top 6 range. I say, bro, you just got to understand. I said, man, just sit down and pray about it. But I don't want you to go the wrong way about it. And you definitely can't look outside of Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf is DK Metcalf. Deebo Samuels is Deebo Samuels. And, them guys are different. And how I just sat down and looked at them and Cooper Kupp, them 3 guys, right now, the numbers they putting up is something different. So I said, look, Tay, I'm gonna put 4 of y'all in the pot, bro. And you just put yourself in the general manager's shoes. And I don't want you to catch any feelings. So DK Metcalf, Deebo Samuels, Cooper Kupp, and yourself. If you're a GM, who you picking first, second, and third, and who you're picking last? And that's just the way you gotta look at it, bro. I say this just what it is. And I'm not saying for you yourself. To me, you're electric for the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. I've watched you. Mark, you and I had watched the Buffalo game, and we talked about it the day after. Like, yeah, he had a drop or two, but you can see the electricity just kind of come out the Pittsburgh Steelers offense when Diontae was out. Diontae came back the next 2 series, and you was like, okay, he really is the man over there. So I'm glad it worked out. I talked to him, so now him and I are real. We text and we talk often. I'm going to go back up there, and I'm going to chop it up with him. I congratulated him that morning when he got paid in person, so he deserved it. He's a good dude. He's a real good dude, man. He's a hard worker, but he's very twitchy. What I mean by twitchy is he's quick and fast, and he gets in and out of his breaks like no other. So that's what he got working for him, and he deserved it, though, Mark.
Yeah, Ike, you're talking about the Buffalo game in December of 2020. and Johnson got benched because he had dropped several passes in that game. But when he came off the field, the offense just became stagnant, and it was everything was underneath. There was nothing beyond 10 yards. There was no one to stretch the field. Now, I think Diontae is certainly worth more than the $3 million he was owed going into this season, but he can get paid all over again when he becomes a free agent again in 2025. The Steelers are getting good value, though, because the franchise tag for the receiver position this season is $18.4 million, and Diontae is due to make $18.3. And you best believe that franchise tag value is going to go up again next offseason as teams make more and more and more money. We see the salary cap go up pretty much every year outside of the COVID season, Ike. So I think this works out for both parties in the sense that Diontae gets the money he is deserved. And if he were only going to make $3 million this upcoming season, Ike, I would have told him from an agent standpoint, don't play for only $3 million. You're worth more than that. Is he worth as much as the other people in his draft class, the DK Metcalf, the Deebo Samuels? You mentioned Cooper Kupp. Probably not. But I think this works out for both parties to where if Diontae continues to put up Pro Bowl seasons and he's a free agent again, he can get paid all over again, and he can make even more considering what the salary cap is doing.
Yeah, that's what I told Tay. I said, Tay, by the time you come up, you're going to be 29 years old, bro. So you're going to be 29, you building your resume. You probably make the same or more on your third contract. That's how you got to look at it. So go on, get this 2-3 year extension over with, build your resume. After you build your resume, you can double back. I don't think too many people, the DKs, the Deontaes, and the Deebos and the Cooper Kupps, other than that, man, them boys signing 3-year deals. So they can always come back on a third contract because they ain't doing nothing but getting better. They're young and they're building their resume. So that's what it looks like right now, the new norm. These young guys, they don't want a 7-8 year deal. The only people who getting over 6 is probably an offensive lineman or a quarterback. Other than that, this is about to be the new trend, Mark. These outside perimeter guys, these corners and these receivers, they're gonna be looking for the 3-piece. Give me 3 years, man, and I'm gonna build it, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna hit y'all over the head again. So that's what it looks.
Yeah, Ike, it's almost $40 million if he reaches incentives, $27 million guaranteed. And I want to hit this point as well, Ike. The hold-in working again. We saw it last season with TJ Watt. He got paid, had a historic season. And then you saw some of Johnson's other fellow receivers throughout the league, Deebo Samuel, DK Metcalf as well. I am a fan and a proponent of the hold-in because you're working with the team. The team can pay you more than what you're making right now. Probably not quite as much as you'd make on an open market, but closer to that. Yet again, we see the hold-in work, and I think this is going to be a continuing trend for the smart franchises in the NFL. It's worked back-to-back seasons for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and if Johnson returns to the Pro Bowl again, I'm curious to see how he fits in with the new quarterback because he's a Pro Bowler a year ago. He was Ben's favorite target. But if he can replicate what he did for the next 2 or 3 seasons in Pittsburgh, Steelers got a bargain at $18 million because, again, that salary cap is just going to continue to skyrocket. One other point I want to make, Ike. If you look at the free agent wide receiver class in 2023, it's slim pickings. So the Steelers have to be looking at it from the standpoint of, we're excited what George Pickens and Calvin Austin III can do, but we know what we have with Diontae Johnson. I know that this is a Steelers podcast. I know we like Omar Khan, but this deal makes even more sense when you go and look at the free agents in the 2023 class. I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus, Ike, but there's no one of the caliber of a Diontae Johnson. So Steelers get good value with him with this contract extension as well.
Yeah, you ain't trying to throw nobody under the bus, but you just did. I respect that, though.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
I know I'm just playing with you. No disrespect, but I'm about to disrespect you, the 2023 class of wide receivers. That's what I'm about to do. But if you look at that class of 2023, the Pittsburgh Steelers did real well by signing the man and understanding it. And Mark, they was looking at the same thing you just said. Man, let's look at this 2023 class and see what we got out there. Anybody better than Diontae? Let's go on and sign the man. You know what I'm saying? So it was just waiting to the last hour. And that was one of the things as well, too, what I told Diontae, Mark, like, Pittsburgh will wait to the last minute, bro. I mean, either you're getting signed real early during free agency or you get in the camp and they wait to the last hour. It's one or two. So that's just the way a lot of NFL teams work just in general. You know, in Pittsburgh, after training camp, they're not signing any more players. A lot of other teams, you know, they'll work something out throughout the season. But Pittsburgh, once training camp ends, it's a wrap. You know, you might as well wait till next year. But from the Pittsburgh and Diontae side, man, I think this is a perfect hit. You know, 18.3 next year for the receiver, you know, market. Diontae getting 18 and some change for the receiver market. He getting his money up front. He ain't got to worry about nothing. He going to be straight forever. He can double back when he's 29 years old and just handle his business. But, yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, that's the reason. One of the reasons why I'm going back up there, Mark, is because I want to see him installed in the Pittsburgh Steelers offense and see if it looks any different, which I know it is.
I want to think out loud here, Ike, and this is like half-baked when I say this. Omar Khan now has extended Minkah Fitzpatrick. He got the Diontae Johnson deal done. I can't help but wonder, and I think both of those deals are smart, savvy moves, so I don't think that this thinking applies here. But I can't help but wonder, are there any deals he's better off not making and letting a player test the market in free agency? I don't think it applies to either the Diontae Johnson or the Minkah Fitzpatrick deal. But again, I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. I like the deals. I'm going to go on record. I like both deals that Omar Khan has made so far.
So TJ, Minkah, and now Diontae, Omar did all three of them. So he you know, for him being a GM, man, they say you got to sign the players you love, and obviously they love all three of them. A former last year league's defensive MVP, Minkah is an All-Pro, and Diontae is a Pro Bowler. So, you know, he's signing the guys he need to sign. We'll see, and I just throw this out there. We'll see if they sign Chase Claypool. We'll see. We'll see. That's one of the names.
Yep.
Gonna be a question mark name on who I think the Pittsburgh Steelers might let walk. So
Mike, you're in my brain. You're in my brain.
I'm just. That's good. I mean, we've been doing this podcast for a good little bit, and we both thinking about it.
We're getting closer and closer to 200 episodes, Ike, but that's what the conversation is going to move to now that Diontae Johnson gets his contract extension. Chase Claypool under contract with his rookie deal for 2 more seasons with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we'll see what the Steelers decide with Johnson. They probably want to see what they got in the 2 rookies in Calvin Austin III and George Pickens as well in game action. Ike, I know you've been boots on the ground in Latrobe, and we're both very excited what all of the receivers can do.
Right. Well, you know, how they look at it from a scout standpoint, how we look at it as well is, you know, you want your receivers to be a basketball team. You know, you want some thick guys, you want some tall guys, you want your point guard. So, you know, they got everything they're looking for, man. They got some power forwards, some small forwards, and some point guards. And you let your centers be tight ends. And that's what exactly the ingredient the Pittsburgh Steelers have right now when it comes down to that wide receiver position. When you want to talk about having a basketball team. So, you know, you got your power forward in Chase, you got your small forward in George, you got your shooting guard in Diontae, you got your point guard in Austin, the third. So they got everything they're looking for, bro. They got everything plus more. They got a few more other guys. Keep an eye out on Anthony Miller. I'm high on Anthony Miller, the second-round draft pick from Chicago. Pittsburgh Steelers then got him. I'm real high on him. And he's showing out right now. He's cutting up, meaning he's doing real good. So, yeah, keep an eye on that as well.